everyone, what dish can you make that takes only 5 minutes? Well, if you take a few minutes to prep, you can whip up my spicy Thai ramen in no time. Today on Cooking Made Easy with June, I'll show you how to prep this quick meal, make this quick meal, and eat this quick meal. So come join me on my cooking show. It's brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Hello, Spanish Fork, welcome, and also to my friends, whoever's watching. Welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June, and I am going today to show you how to prep the spicy ramen noodles. I know that I have made this on another segment, which you can still go watch because I show the more of a process of making the dish. However, today I'm going to show you what I've done that my children love, and they wanted me to do it on the show, is how to make little flavor packets to make it the spicy Thai ramen. So it's kind of like a little dress up to your regular ramen. And I know that most people just want this quick ramen and it's cheap and it's so good, but this is gonna spice up and you're never gonna turn back. Okay, so we're gonna start with just doing, basically, it is my recipe book. Basically what I'm gonna be doing is prepping the toppings. Okay, so I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna heat the oil. One of the key ingredients to this spicy ramen is it's called garlic oil. So it's not just oil that's flavored like garlic. You've got to make it. You've got to make it fresh. So I'm just going to start out with already peeled garlic, which I don't always love, but I actually, for this purpose, it works really great. So I'm just going to throw a bunch in there, and I'm just going to use my little nifty little blender. Well, okay, I turn on the heat of the stove because the oil needs to be really hot. So let me turn that on really quickly before I do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour, okay, now here's the thing, do not, there's really no measurement, but do not put too much oil per garlic. So you're gonna want more garlic than oil. Does that make sense? So, because I've done that before where I put too much oil and not enough garlic, and it doesn't, you didn't quite taste that flavor that you want. So I'm gonna put a little bit more garlic. I don't have to use it all, but I'm just gonna put how much I can fit. I love this little nifty chopper or whatever. Or, you know, I've seen some people where they, why this little thing makes a little clicky noise? Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and chop this. Some people slice it and it looks pretty, but if I do this, it's a really quick way, and you don't have to really get your hands into anything. Look at that. I love this little thing. You guys got to get one. Put that over here. And I also chopped my peanuts in there. Oh, good. I was like, I'm going to wait till it gets hot and it sizzles a little bit. I'm going to wait just another sec before I do that. Okay. Well, that oil's getting really hot. All I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze a lime. So you want lime juice, and to measure it out and make it quicker because I'm going to put it into little packets. So I just score my limes into quarters like that, cut in half. The reason why I do that, it kind of opens it up more when I use my little squeezer. When I'm doing a lot of lime juice, I'm making big batches of something, then normally I still do the same thing, but I have this little machine I got on clearance where you just put it in there and it just squeezes. It's like a little juicer. It's awesome. Okay, I can hear some fizzing over there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my garlic in here. A little bit more. I think that's good. So as you can see, you want it to lightly cover the garlic. So this is not really necessarily called, it's got garlic oil, but to me it's more like brown garlic, I guess you could say that, and you have a little bit more oil in it. So I'm gonna keep it like that, let it get hot and brown. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so in the meantime, let's juice the juice. Okay, so these individual packets, I call them, really does not require, it's for one serving each. So let's squeeze the lime. So you can actually do this, you know, you don't have to do it as often depending on how many packets you want to cook. But I find I like to make a lot of packets because I really go through it. And between all my children, they're a little bit spoiled where I say, just come and get some ramen packets. But it's nice when you have kids, you know, it could be a quick meal. They can make their own ramen. I'll show you how easy it is in a sec. Okay, so that should be enough for now. And I have some more on hand if I need to squeeze a little bit more lime. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and chop. Let me get some more bowls. Hold a second. I'm going to go ahead and chop some garnishes. You don't have to do the green onion, honestly. If you don't have green onion, you can just use cilantro. If you don't have cilantro, you can just use the green onion. So I'll show you why. I just like the leaves for the garnish. There's a little piece in there. Oh, I gotta watch my garlic here. See? Gotta stir it. When it starts to brown somewhere, you move it around so they can get a good coat. Okay. So this is, I'm going to put a little bit of parsley in each one. And that's going to be an extra, makes it even more like a meal. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to start a little assembly line in a sec. Okay, and so I already have, I put peanuts. Now, peanuts, you know, some people are allergic, so I just do it separately. Some packets I don't put peanuts in. Sorry, I'm going to go back and forth here manning my little garlic thing here. For some reason, like one side, I guess the flames is browning more than the other. Okay, so again, I really want more of a toasted garlic, so I'm going to wait a second on that. Okay, I think that's it. Gosh. Okay. Got my fish sauce, got my ingredients, and my measuring spoon. So what we do is we just, now these cups, I prefer a little bit smaller. It's not, I'm really, but this is what I have right now. I have lids with them, and you can get them at any restaurant supply, or I've gotten them on Amazon. Then you can get, like, this is a 4 ounce, so a 2 ounce would honestly, you can get in some of the stores, it would honestly fit everything. So this is a little big, but I'm gonna just try this. I'm just gonna use this. So, okay, watching your garlic, that's the worst thing. If you burn your garlic, you gotta throw the whole batch out. So watch your garlic, because it's just gonna make everything taste burnt. So like, you know how when you're stir frying something, and if you burn your garlic, you gotta throw it out and wash the pan. There's no way around it, sorry. So, okay, it's doing great, it's doing great. Okay, I'll just put the garlic last, you know. So let's go ahead and just put all the ingredients in here. So each of the containers are going to have 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. So I've got this one. So I'm just gonna, oh, see here, I have a little one. Gosh, I want my little ones. This is about the size I really want here, are these little ones, but. Okay, so we're just gonna do 2 teaspoons of fish sauce. So you just do an assembly line. You can have somebody help you, your kids help you, you just can't remember, you just can't forget if you've done or not. So, I mean, I am a little bit liberal. Like I said, you start out with these measurements of mine, and then once you get going, I keep glancing over at my garlic there. So maybe one of the cameramen will throw something at me if I start to burn it. So you start your little assembly line, and you can have somebody help you with it, and it won't take you long. I'm doing several here. Oops, that's 2. Okay, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna go check on my garlic. Yee. Okay, it's coming along really great. Okay, Okay, see when you stir it, see how it's getting really brown? That's a good color. So I think what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm going to go ahead and see how the oil is really super hot. I'm going to go ahead, when it gets to about a medium brown, there's so many components that see how quick the garlic gets brown. It's how much and the garlic and the oil. So I'm going to turn it off. Okay, see how it's still cooking in the pan? And also it depends on your pan. You know, it's so many things. Just I recommend that you don't do what I'm doing when I'm going back and forth. Just kind of like, watch it constantly. Because once it gets brown fast. Okay, I'm just going to let it cook on its own for a minute. Let's move this over here. I'll go ahead and finish putting this in here. When my kids were teenagers or young, I mean, this is one of their favorite things. And then my daughter, Amy, she went into the MTC and she was called to New York. Anyway, while she was at MTC, the Missionary Training Center, in case you guys don't know. Whoops. Oh gosh, I'm gonna spill fish sauce everywhere. I actually made her these packets and I sent, because they don't have a cooking area, they have a cafeteria for them. But I sent these little packets and a bowl and some ramen packets and the star anise, and she was able to make them, like she'll take it and find the microwave, they had a microwave, and boil her little broth packet noodles, I'll show you, and she was able to make ramen, and they just loved it. So she kept, Mom, can you bring me some more? Send me some more. So, and then once she got on the mission, then she actually could make her own. Anyways, okay, so I've got that here ready. I spilled a little bit, I'm gonna wipe that off real quick. Okay, so there's a fish sauce, and it says here, a tablespoon of garlic oil. I'm gonna let it cool down for a second. We've got 2 teaspoons of sugar, white sugar. So I'm just gonna do that. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I count out loud. So, Chris and them, Adam, if I make a mistake, just say, June, we will know you jumped in. So you gotta focus when you do these things. So many times I've had to throw away batches. I'm like, oh, of something, not this, but something else. I'm like, oh, is that sugar or salt? Okay. So you start out with the basic according to my recipe, but then after that you're like, oh, you know what, this is too sweet, I'm gonna put less sugar, or this is too salty, I'm gonna put less of this, or it's too spicy, I'm gonna put less of this. So you can just do whatever you want after that. So according to this, a half teaspoon of lime juice, a quarter teaspoon of pepper and accent. MSG, I know, I'm not allergic. Unless you're allergic, don't do it. But if you are not allergic, you guys, it's I don't know, I've been doing it for years. I don't dip it, it's just a carbohydrate, and I don't dip it into like lots of sauces. Like in Thailand, they show studies that, oh, this is so bad for you. If you're allergic, it's bad, but then also they take MSG like this and they put like ground hot peppers and they dip, and my mouth watering because you can take sour mangoes, the green sour mangoes. It is so good. You dip it in there and they eat it like that. That's a lot of MSG. But here, I'm just gonna put a little bit in each batch. Okay, so the MSG, the accent, ground red peppers and lime juice. So half teaspoon of lime juice. So I have, so I'm gonna have to use I don't know what my half teaspoon measure is. So, I mean, you know, like you guys can do this quickly. And again, lime juice is preference. I put a little bit more on that one. Lime juice is preferential, of course. I've used lemon. Lemon juice works, but I just love limes. It just has a unique, there's a little bit of a difference. So put lime juice. So if you go to actually, you know how out here we go get hamburgers? And you get tomato, the ketchup, the mustard, and all that there on the table, whatever. And then, but in Thailand, you go to a shop. Most of the time, they have like jars of like pickled jalapenos or peppers, and that's when you add your own things and sugar. And they have things of peanuts, and then you just, anyways, it's kind of fun. I kind of miss Thailand for that. Oh, look at my garlic. Okay, see how it's brown? It's cooked further, and this is a perfect color. So I'll bring it over here too so you can see how brown, and it smells so good. Oh goodness, I can't wait. Okay, so we got that, and then oh my gosh, let's see, Mom, I need more peppers. So these are like spicy. You can just get the kind, you know how you see the flakes, but this is my mom, she roasted and ground it in a blender, and it's the best, and it's so spicy, but it's fine. It's good. We like it spicy, so I'm gonna put a 1/4 teaspoon in each one. And honestly, you guys, this is the best thing to eat. In Utah, we get colds and it gets cold. It has cold winters. Oh gosh. And just a warning. Oh! It makes me cough. That's why they have the cayenne pepper spray, because it does kill ya. Oh, am I overloading with this pepper? Oh goodness. There, spicy. But this is the best thing to eat. A Thai soup or a spicy ramen, you're gonna like, it'll clear your sinuses out naturally. I'm not kidding. You've heard that before, but this will really do it. So, and it's so good for you. Okay, so you've got the peppers, the accent, chop. Okay, I'm not gonna put chopped peanuts because some people are allergic to it, and so I just leave the peanuts out, and so when I make my bowl, I'll show you. I'll just throw it in there. Okay, oh, here we go. Cilantro. This is a little extra touch, which I love. Oh, and then I gotta put that in there. Let me grab a tablespoon measurement. So, one time I did not put enough garlic oil, and it made such a big difference. So you've got to get that in there. So I'm gonna put a tablespoon of garlic oil, or garlic, brown garlic, whatever you wanna call it. Oh, maybe I didn't make enough. I can make some more. Maybe I could have put a little bit more oil on these, but I'd rather do air this way than the other way. Where it's just less garlic is not good. Okay, oh gosh, darn it, look at that. I'm short one little container. Don't be tempted, you gotta make more. That's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna put this aside and I'll make some more garlic oil. Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna do it right now while we're talking. So I'm gonna rinse that off because the other bit of brown is going to make it burnt flavor, right? So I'm just making more. I already have some chopped anyway, so I'll just do that. So let's just do again for the sake of this. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more oil in here. I have more garlic to brown. That's okay. Okay, now I'm gonna put, so once you have that, and you just put a little bit of cilantro in each one, I promise you, this is gonna add lots of fun. Even just a little tiny bit. I've even one time I've used the kind you just buy, the dried, and it works great too, or the dried chives. There's something wrong with the little glitch to my stove there. The ignition is clicking. I can smell the cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, use green onions. Okay, I love cilantro. Okay, ta-da, that's it. So then you just put lids on them and you put them in the fridge, store them in the fridge. It'll keep longer. Now some people say, well, why do you have to store it's garlic or whatever? But it keeps longer. I store my soy sauce in there. I guess you're supposed to store soy sauce in there anyways. Make sure that it's really on correctly, tightly. You know what, goodness, you guys, is this the right lid for this container? I thought it was. Okay, maybe not. Because it's fitting. Oh, it fit that one. Good grief. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly put lids and set this aside for now. But these little containers, it's gonna be awesome because it's going to store really nicely. Oh, I hear that. Woo! I hear the oil popping over here. It's ready to put the rest of this garlic in here. Oh, I'll use my chopstick. I don't know where my spatula is. I probably didn't dry that enough. Oh! I didn't dry I didn't dry my pan all the way. So watch out for that. And as you know, hot oil and water Oil and water is not a good thing. My chopstick, I should get a spatula, but oh well. Oh, there we go. Smells like garlic because it is garlic, right? So when I cook like this, my husband comes home and goes, smells like an Asian house. Well, we're not the only ones who use garlic, right? The Italians use tons of garlic. And anyways, if you're dating somebody, you might not want to eat too much. But then you can both eat Thai food, and who cares? Nobody will care. Oh gosh, look at this, I'm out of lids. I'll just use this one for me when I cook it for you, okay? So, we've got lots of things going on here. I'm gonna move a few things. Okay, so bean sprouts are optional to have on hand, but these are the main packets that you put in the fridge and you're ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna finish off this garlic right here, and then I'm going to make the ramen. I'm gonna make me a bowl of ramen to show you what I'm talking about. So here's the thing. On top of having these ready to go, you can always slice the meat, the protein. If you want to have thinly sliced beef ready, you thinly slice it, add a little bit of brown sugar and a little bit of soy, and just kind of like marinate it. And you have raw beef, sliced beef in the fridge. And then, oh look, this is cooking fast because it's not as much garlic. So, and then when the kids are ready, they're going to boil their water. So I'm going to show you in a second here. Okay, I think this is going to be good because it's going to cook longer. Turn that off. I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to pull over my pan. That's going to make our... So I already started boiling some hot water. It's not quite boiling yet, but what you're going to do is you're going to put the 2 cups of water according to the package of the ramen. This is a key. So you're going to have star anise. Okay, and it's just so amazing. Stores a long time, it smells great. You just need 1 per packet. So I'm just gonna drop that in there. I know, you would think, is this gonna make a difference, the 1 little star? It is. And I like chicken and beef. Now, honestly, I prefer the beef for this noodle dish. But what you do is you take the packet, the flavoring packet, and you just put it in there along with the star anise. In the 2 cups of water, like according to the package. Now, I've also made it with gluten-free noodles. So like for example, here we have a bag of Lotus Foods rice ramen noodles, and this is delicious, made with brown rice. I would use beef broth or chicken broth, 2 cups of that, and you add the star anise and let that boil, and then you put this, and then you're flavoring, and it's so good. So that's another option that you can also do, okay? So it's already starting to boil. I'm going to cover it really quickly. Okay, so it can boil faster. I'm going to get ready for it. Let's move this over a little bit. Ah, gosh, making a mess here. Okay. I have this, I always use my hands, so I'm going to burn myself all the time. Okay, yeah, see, so I pop the noodles in there, the ramen noodles. Although nowadays, is anything cheap? I mean, I don't even know how much a packet. I remember they used to be like, oh my gosh, 15 cents each. And once you buy like a bunch, and they're on sale, 10 cents each. I've even seen it 5 cents each back in the day. Nowadays, well, I don't know how much they are, $1? No, they're probably like 50 cents. Depending if you, some places I've seen like if you buy 1 pack, it's 75 cents. I know it's still cheap, but not really. Nowadays, the cost of everything is up. But it's still a pretty economical meal, right? So while this is gonna get there, I'm gonna break it up a little bit because it's not quite, you probably wanna use a more steep pot. You know how the water actually covers the noodles? I'm just gonna let it break up for a second. I'm gonna peel my egg. I was like, okay, I didn't have any protein today. What I mean for this dish, but a boiled egg sounds awesome. So I'm just gonna When you did you know that you can drain your eggs and then you start with cold water? We used to have a debate in one of my classes of how do you peel your eggs. They say that you start with cold water, then boil it, let it cook, and then you rinse it with cold water. I don't know if that is true or not. Okay, oh, I better turn this off. I do not like overcooked noodles. Okay, so there, see, I like kind of like a chewy noodle. So I turned off the stove, and I know you think, well, is the star anise had been there long enough yet? I'm gonna show you. Okay, let's go ahead. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a bowl. Just keep the star anise there. Okay, so then this is when you can garnish it. Well, I'm gonna put, where's my, oh, there it is. Do I dare use the spicy? So you can just, so the kids pop this in. And then you can put they can put some bean sprouts. You can store that in there. This is for a picture. Gosh, you know what I'm gonna do, you guys? I'm gonna put some more. I'm gonna see if I have time to boil up some more. While I'm peeling my boiled egg. Okay, let's see. Okay, then you can garnish it like that. And let's see, that's it, right? Oh, if you want peanuts, you can put peanuts. But I did this because my daughter's husband is allergic to peanuts. So I've done it before where it's just me, and I would just put peanuts on all of them. And even though the texture might be a little bit different, but it's still really good. So I put peanuts over here. I'll just put a little bit of peanuts. It just looks so pretty and it's so good, right? Some people like it dry. Okay, oh, here's my boiled egg. So what they say you do is you crack it all the way around. This is gonna work. Like this. And then you kind of like go like this, and you do it over a sink. And it's supposed to, oh, look, it worked. Look at that. Of course, rinse it off. You don't want shells. Okay. And grab my knife. Where did I put my knife? Has cilantro on it, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna put like, it's still a little bit warm, so it's gonna look like that. So I'm gonna put some egg in there. 1 egg, extra protein. Of course, like, so at the point that you would make the beef, so while it's boiling, see how it's boiling right now? Well, not yet, but you can, I'm gonna go ahead and put a star anise here. And then pack it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna move this first and show you the beautiful bowl of ramen. And then you can put a little spoon there, or you can just drink it out of the bowl. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I can get this boiling. All right, I'm gonna taste this baby. Like lots of egg. I'm just gonna taste my little sauce. I think my preference, oh, I forgot my peanuts. So I normally love beef better, and this is chicken is good too. But I think I can handle it even more spicy than that. But I'm gonna add my peanuts, and then it's good to go. It's so delicious. Look at that. But my little brother, he normally likes it dry. Some people like it dry. They boil the noodles, drain the noodles, and you have the dry noodles without the broth, and you put the flavor in. It's delicious. Okay, you guys, go make some of this delicious spicy ramen noodles. But you guys, this is so delicious. Theirs is an amped up ramen, Thai ramen noodles. So good. So you guys make these packets and just cook them anytime. Until next time, happy cooking.